What's up, guys? Welcome back to In the Pressbox, episode 67. My name is Benjamin here, and it's interesting. It's an interesting start to start the podcast, but while we wait for Alex and Aiden to come back, they will be here later in the podcast to talk about our main topic today, which is going to be March Madness. But let's quickly go through our topics that we're going to be talking about here. We're going to be talking about the NFL some, a little bit of MLS, NHL, and maybe even a little bit of tennis while we wait. And then we'll round that out with a good long predictions to end us off. So let's kind of dive into it here. Let's talk about the MLS to start off. Nashville SC get their first win in a long time against Charlotte, team that's kind of struggled. Nashville SC, you have the injuries to Surge to start the season and to Mukhtar. And then the team wasn't able to find their groove, and that's where they struggled. They could not find their groove. They struggled, and Hani Mukhtar comes back in this game and then some of the other games, and he looked good. Did he look great? No, but he looked good, and that's what I'm looking for. Now, Mukhtar, we signed him while he's hurt until 2027, so we have him locked in there. And now we're going to go on the road, take on a tough LAFC team. They lose Carlos Vela. They lose a lot of their star players, but they're going to be a tough challenge still. Denny Buwanga, Lloris as the keeper, arguably one of the best in the MLS. They're going to be a tough team to face. And Nashville SC, they need to be smart. They need to be disciplined. And most of all, Gary Smith needs to be making the proper subs. We don't want to see Teal Bunbury if we can help it. Teal Bunbury is a great maybe player coming off the bench, but starting, we can't have that. And hopefully Serge can get to that place where he can consistently start. It looks like he is with Charlotte. And we win that game. Serge with the towering header. And then Mule had himself a great game. He scored the second goal. We ended up winning that game 2-1 due to good goalkeeping in the end, good discipline, and good subs. And my most underrated player that I think is the key player for this whole team right now, Brian Anunga. This man has stepped up. Everybody, when he would come on, used to be like, oh, no, Brian Anunga. But Brian Anunga has stepped up and has really...
No, Fafa.
It has... What? I don't even know what he's trying to say over there. But...
Fafa.
Yeah, well, Fafa's the GOAT, but in this team this year is Brian Anunga. Brian Anunga is been completely different for this team, and he's really looked great. Let's also talk about NHL. We could not talk and be on this podcast without mentioning the Preds. What a streak of wins the Preds have been having. 15-point streak. And if we can go on the road and get a point against the Florida Panthers, that's 16 points for the Nashville Predators. That would be a franchise record. Hence the Preds cap, repping the Preds. You know, we've looked great. Saros, bad start to the season, improved rapidly. Philip Forsberg, career year. Roman Josi, really solidifying that defense. And even some of the newcomers coming in, playing well. Cody Glass with his hat trick, his oncoming there. Special moment for him. Every single player is chipping in. And it reminds me of the 2017 Preds that made the Stanley Cup. Because you got those random players, Auberg, Fiddler, all those random little players that you never think about. They all chipped in. They all had a piece. And that's what this team needs to do. And that's exactly what they're doing. Everybody has a piece. It's not just Philip Forsberg carrying the forwards. It's not just Ryan Johansson doing something all of a sudden. Everybody is chipping in as Alex joins us now. Alex, what do you think about this Preds team? Again, 1 point away from breaking the franchise record for most points in a single season in a row for the Predators. We've tied it at 15, 16 to break for most points in a row in a season. Alex, what do you think about this Preds team? So with the hockey, if you get the win, you get like 3 points, right? And then if you make it to overtime, you get a point. Yeah. So we've had we've had, I think we've had 15 points in a row. So, meaning we've had 15 consecutive games with at least a point. We've not lost in 15 games. So then if we make it to overtime,
game win streak, like 1 year.
I would think that too. But tomorrow night is for the record. What are your thoughts, Alex, on this Preds team?
I mean, we're getting hot. Right time. I don't know if we'll be able to catch the wild card spot. I mean, not wild card spot. Top 3 spot in the division. But we're not going to be a fun team to face first round in Stanley Cup playoffs, because for these good teams, we're going to get a good team out. I'm just saying it. And it kind of does suck for that good team. They worked so good. They were a top 3 team, and you're placing a team really hot like the Predators. Hopefully we continue hot and into the playoffs, and we really can make an impact and maybe get revenge and win the Stanley Cup playoffs.
While we wait for Aiden, let's talk about even the Predators coach. This man's a winner. Everywhere he's gone, he's been a winner. Florida Panthers interim takes over and leads them all the way to the conference finals. Then he has a DUI incident with the golf cart. That was controversial, and he's gotten past that. But now he's here, and he has been a winner. And fun fact, to probably some of our listeners don't know this, the Predators head coach scored the first ever goal in franchise history, and our GM was the first ever coach in franchise history. So there's a couple of little nuggets there. But the GM, Barry Trotz, been masterful, completely changed us around. Good trade, good draft capital. But no one talks about David Poile. No one gives him that credit necessarily for how he helped shape the franchise. Trading off some of those players like Ekholm. Some of those players that, while it was tough to say goodbye to Ekholm and those type of players, Johansson, it was worth it in the end because now we have all this draft capital. I think I read something. I could be wrong, Alex. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you know this. But I think we have some of the most picks in the upcoming drafts. I think it was like top 5 in the NHL for like overall most picks or something.
About that too.
Yeah. And was David Poile a great GM? He was, and then at the end of the career, not so great. I'm glad he just retired. There wasn't any like firing or anything like that. But man, David Poile set Trotz up. And the final point I'll make about the Preds and this GM and coach is that these are people, since they were integrated into the franchise when we first started. Again, Trotz being the head coach and Brunette being the player to score the first goal, they're going to battle for the franchise. There's got to be that extra motivation, right? Knowing that they were here when it originally first started, and now they're here to help build it back up to what it is and what it can be. And, man, they're doing such a great job. I'll make one last point, and then I'll let you say something here, Alex. I will go as far to say as I think the Predators could be a legitimate dynasty in the next 5 years. I'm dead serious. I'm not even just saying that. I legitimately think we could be a dynasty.
Well, howdy. It's Alex. I'm here. But to get back to the NHL terms, I mean, the old GM, I mean, he's the Poile. I mean, he's the best GM all time and wins wise, and just the way his teams have been. But also, what I would like to say is the way this national team is built around, it gives you kind of a small town, like kind of college vibe, but in like a massive national setting that everyone just has that extra motivation because they've been here since it began. And we can the people that built this are the people that like originally came here as employees. They're now the CEOs and stuff. And it's just really good, kind of a small town kind of vibe, but in a big town national city where it's really working. And back to saying Aiden, I know he'll brag about it, but we'll just get out of the way. Aiden is now 5-time prediction champion, and yeah, 5-time he won. We're sorry that we didn't have a podcast last week. We will be having a better one this week, I promise you. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit longer, a little bit lengthier. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Sorry we had spring break. Our plans or our schedules didn't really meet. We were in different time zones, and realistically, we didn't get it off. But thank you guys for still tuning in.
Yeah,
And now let's move on to
very
NFL, I
much.
guess.
Yeah, let's move on to NFL. By the way, your point was spot on right there. I totally agree with you about the small, college town feel and like the big city. I totally agree with that, Alex. That's spot on. Let's talk about the NFL before Aiden joins here. Free agency, a ton of moves. Like that was insane. That NFL free agency. Just to name a few, end of an era in Nashville. Derrick Henry moves on. What are your thoughts on that? Let's just get started, Alex. What are your thoughts on Derrick
Tony
Henry
Pollard's better.
moving on? Oh, okay. Tony Pollard. I actually, so that would have been like one of my hot takes. But while I thank Derrick Henry for his service and I'll forever love Derrick Henry, I hope he comes back and can retire as a Titan. In some ways, I'm a little bit glad that we moved on from Derrick Henry because now our whole offense changes, I feel like, with Pollard. Now I feel like we're more of a pass-first offense. Would you agree, Alex? Like, it doesn't feel like we're going to be totally ground and pound like we used to be because, like, we can't get away with it. So I like that. And then let's also talk about that, again, why would maybe we be a pass-first offense? Signing Pollard, but then signing Ridley. Calvin Ridley, we pay him a lot of money. People aren't happy. You look at the A.J. Brown facts. Calvin Ridley, he looks good. I think we paid him too much. Alex, do you think we paid Calvin Ridley too much?
Yeah, I think we did pay him a little bit too much, but I mean, it's going to work out. But we just should have got AJ Brown for that money.
Yeah,
But
I totally agree with you.
Ron is cooking. Ron is cooking. He knows. He knows what's happening.
Yeah, but
You like this position angle?
What are you saying?
Is this like a good position?
Yeah,
angle?
actually, yes. That actually is a great angle. You can continue that. It looks so weird, but just continue. Okay, but let Rand cook. Yes, sir. Since day one, I feel like all of us on this podcast, we've been supporters of Rand, right? We trust the process.
Is it Rand or Ron?
I think it's Rand, right?
Ron
Carthage. Oh, man, we need to get that right. But okay, Rand, Ron, whatever. But let's talk. We've been supporters of him, right? And let's also clarify that the A.J. Brown, that whole thing, that was not his fault. That's John Robinson. That's on John Robinson. So, we can't go blaming Carthon for these type of things. Carthon is doing what's best in the scenario, best for the Titans right now. Now, Alex, this is a tough question here. Would have you rather had T. Higgins if we trade a second and a third, or would you rather have Calvin Ridley for what we just got him for?
A.J. Brown and what?
T. Higgins, second and third, or Calvin Ridley?
For that money?
Yes.
T. Higgins.
So you'd rather give up a second and third for T. Higgins?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably rather sign Ridley at that point, but it's not really too far off. All right, let's talk about some other ones here. Fields traded Justin Fields out of Chicago, traded to the Steelers. That is going to be a big time move.
I got his whole freaking thing wrong.
What?
It's Ron Carthon. That was like Ron. Or it's Rand Carthon.
Yeah,
Ron Carthridge.
You thought it was Ron Carthridge?
Yeah. It's Rand Carthon.
All right, Rand Carthon. There you go. So Fields traded Russell Wilson and Justin Fields now on the Steelers. Who wins that quarterback duel? Who do you think is going to start?
Russell. But I think he's going to be really good mentor to Justin Fields.
Yep, I totally agree with you. Spot on right there. Russell's perfect. This is the perfect scenario for the Steelers. I cannot believe the Bears gave him up for a sixth. I find that just insanity. I don't understand what they're doing. And I guess this also then begs and asks the ultimate question that everybody's thinking is, would you rather have Caleb Williams or Justin Fields if you're a Bears fan? I'll go ahead and I'd say I'd rather have Justin Fields and draft Marvin Harrison than have Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, is he good? Yes. Is he unproven still? Yes. And he hasn't. I don't feel like he's really ever. I don't know. He makes good off platform throws and everything, but he reminds me a little bit of like Malik Willis. Like, how's he gonna do in a pocket and type and stuff like that? He's got good weapons, but I feel like Justin Fields was never given a fair chance remotely in Chicago. I felt like since they drafted, he was made to absolutely fail there. And
Caleb Williams hasn't led a successful program as
there
all
you
of his
go,
years.
spot on too, Alex. I mean, he hasn't even led a successful program, and his ego. That's my final thing too, and I know you'll agree with me on this. The ego is just unbelievable from Caleb at this point.
I mean, Jaden, don't be a hypocrite. I heard you talking like all that crap. How you were like so cocky about like in the press box, and you were like, "It's the best podcast."
I mean, I mean, I only talk facts. Does that make sense? So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be I'll let my ego kind of get big when it needs to get
Okay,
big.
Benjamin.
It is the best sports podcast that you can watch. So
At school, it's not it's not allowed. But over the summer, this bet has to go through. All right. If a 16 seed wins over a 1 seed, you had to write in the press box on your nails. This year, if a 16 seed beat a number 1 seed, you write in the press box on your nails.
but deal.
All right,
Okay,
deal.
wait. Deal. I'll do it. Deal. But it has to be in the summer, right?
Yeah, in the summer, yeah.
Or during a break.
No, we don't have a break.
What about Easter?
It's not going to come off then.
Oh, you're right.
Do you think so?
No, probably not. What am I doing it in Sharpie? You got a deal. though. Sharpie or what? Nail polish?
Sharpie. I won't. Yeah.
It's just so messed
You had
up.
to have it on for a couple days. You can't like.
Wait, let me count this. N V P R E S S, and then I'll put B, and then I'll put an O, and then I'll put an X. wait, and then we can open up, and I'll be like this or something. Okay, yeah, you know what? We'll do that. That you have a deal. In it,
16 seed beats a 1 seed.
you have a deal. I'll come up with. I'll think of a little something maybe later. I don't really know, but yeah. Let's think of something. What would you do if a 16 seed beat it? Well, no, then that's actually pointless because at that point, then it's just everybody's doing something. I'll actually do that. That'd be funny. I'm trying to think. What's another free agency? Oh, Kirk Cousins to the Falcons. Do you like that, Alex?
Yeah, it was just a little bit inappropriate for the podcast. I won't talk about it too much, but I saw a funny tweet that I sent Benjamin. Did you see it?
Oh, I'll look right now. I didn't see it.
No, it was like I sent it to you a while ago.
Oh.
I'll resend it if I can find it. But
Oh
yeah,
wait. Oh no. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty good. Good move. I was really pretty surprised. I thought he was staying with Minneapolis. I thought they liked him. I don't know who's going to be the next quarterback there. I mean, that's going to be a big problem. Probably JJ McCarthy, but that's a big surprise and big problem in my opinion. I can see Justin Jefferson requesting a trade here soon, maybe after this year. And the number situation, I thought it was final that like he was going to have 8 and Kyle Pitts was going to move. But I guess the trade or whatever not didn't happen. He's now number 18, which I thought was a little bit weird.
Yeah, that was really weird. They made this whole joke about like Kyle Pitts will give up his number if he gets like targets, and then he never gave up the number, so everybody was joking around like, oh, like Kirk said, sorry man, like I'm not gonna target you or something, but I don't really know what happened there. All right, I got another question for you, Alex. Kind of something sneaky that a lot of people have been monitoring. Do you see Stephon Diggs going anywhere? He's been acting a little bit strange, a little bit suspicious to me. Do you see Stephon Diggs going anywhere, or is he just kind of being like a diva and just trying to get attention?
I don't know. I can see Shohei Ohtani interpreter go somewhere. Federal prison.
Can you actually believe that? Let's just talk about that. I mean, we'll just talk about anything now until Aiden comes in. Can you believe he did that? A $1 million.
No, I thought he was a big old nice dude. I mean,
I did too. I actually thought he was like one of Ohtani's like best friends. For some reason, I thought they were like childhood friends or something. I don't know where I got that one mixed up.
Well, I think they kind of were. I mean, I think they're from the same. I think he's his interpreter from the Korean League. So I mean,
That's crazy, man. One day I'll scam you guys for millions. All
I'm not
right.
gonna have that money.
But like,
All right, deal. If a 16 seed wins, you get 25% of my stake if I have more than $10 million. No, I'm just kidding. No,
no, shake on that. Shake on that. Come on, shake on that. Paint it on the nails or whatever. But for the long run, I really benefit if you make it big. Come on, shake on that one, buddy. Okay, okay. Um, uh, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Shohei Ohtani's translator, right? Scammed him or interpreter, scammed him of like $1 million and was doing like illegal gambling with it. So clearly illegal. Probably gonna get in a lot of trouble. I saw some kind of conspiracy theorists saying maybe Ohtani was doing illegal gambling and he's trying to blame it on someone and cover it up. So probably shouldn't really speculate on that one. So I probably
Also,
shouldn't
can I
have said
say
that.
something? In his contract, it says if there's personnel change, he can leave after during that year. So he can technically leave if he wants. And also, the new receiver, I guess NFL stand for Aiden's about done. I'm pretty sure the receiver, quarterback, and like the quarterback on Netflix is the receiver.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, the quarterback series on Netflix was great. Kind of behind the scenes of like what it's like to be an NFL quarterback. Now they're doing it receiver edition. Alex, you know what I thought?
Can I say who's all on it?
Yeah, say it.
George Kittle, Debo Samuel, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think I'm missing some person. Do you know? I'll find it.
Devontae. Was Tyreek on it?
No.
Stephon?
No.
I don't know.
You can say what you're going to say.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know what I kind of thought of as soon as they released that? You know how they were looking for people to do the quarterback series? Like they were searching all over. Did they ever even resolve that? Like, did they ever say who's gonna do it?
No, that's all of them.
What?
Did you say?
Wait. Did they resolve it? I didn't hear you there.
No, that was all of them.
Oh, like, yeah, like they never resolved that quarterback thing, really. And then, so now I feel like they're just making like the receiver series because like no quarterback wanted to do it. I don't know. It's just kind of my thoughts.
Yeah.
I actually saw a good question there. What would you want? Like, if you could have like any other position in all of sports, what would you want an in-depth series on? That's kind of a big question, but like that'd be really interesting. Like any other position in all of sports or any other job in sports, like a complete in-depth series on like what like you do and everything.
Maybe middle linebacker or a kicker.
That's what I actually said kicker too. Like that'd be actually kind of interesting maybe. But I don't know, man. I don't think I think kickers are kind of more like regular people in some ways and like
Well, I think that's cool because it's like.
but it'd be really I like watching those people that are just regular, not like the like fancy like I have 23 kids like pack for me and like or like something like that. I just simply like watching people just go through their normal lives, not really anything too extreme. So that for me that would be really interesting. Maybe another sport. I think something like with baseball would be actually pretty interesting. I know they kind of already do stuff like that for other sports. Like they have like a tennis thing. It's actually not great. It's really not great. They have I don't know what you're laughing at. They have like a NASCAR thing. I haven't seen that. They have like cycling Tour de France. It's actually that's pretty entertaining. That's Alex, that's a weird sport, cycling. Like you never like no one ever thinks about this, or at least I never think about this until that one like week of the Tour de France. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah. One sport, college football coach.
That would be really
Because they
cool.
go in recruiting, they go into depth of the team, they go in
I
depth with
just
NIL.
That'd be so cool. I just bet you a college coach wouldn't want that.
Or at least a big time that like people actually would care about.
Yeah, like I don't think Kirby Smart's doing one of those.
No.
I don't think.
Lane Kiffin would. And I hate him.
You think Lane Kiffin would?
Oh yeah, he's so weird at internet it's a little bit weird.
Yeah, he is kind of. Yeah, you're kind of right. Actually, he probably would because he's always posting something. Man, if they did one on like Heupel or Nick Saban, that would be really cool.
Do you want to? Because Heupel's on Nick Saban's level. All right, let's move on to March Madness, I guess.
Let's move on.
I'm gonna tell Aiden.
Aiden's taken 25 minutes to do what he's doing. But let's move on to March Madness at this point. We don't want to keep you guys too long. So hopefully you're enjoying doing whatever you're doing. Maybe just, I don't know, go do a chore. Keep it on in the background. Thank you for listening. If you're still listening at this point, somehow, some way, because I really doubt anybody's listening at this point, comment down below. I'd really appreciate that. Maybe I'll give like a little special shout out, a little special goodie or prize away. If you're still listening at 25:42 in the podcast, please go comment down below and we'll see what we can do. All right,
below fingernails.
What?
Comment fingernails.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Comment down below fingernails. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. All right, well, let's just talk about March Madness. Did Aiden say anything?
He says I'm coming.
Okay. All right. Well, Madness in March has finally arrived. Alex, I'll just ask you the basic question. Alex, what is Tennessee's floor and ceiling?
Tennessee's floor is the Sweet 16, and the ceiling is national championship.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Sweet. I'm not gonna go Sweet 16. I'm gonna go national championship around at 32. I think I could see them losing to Texas, but I could also see them making all the way to national championship. And I will go as far to say as if they beat Texas, if they can get over like that hump, I think they beat St. Peter's. I'll just go ahead and say that. I know it's us later in the predictions, but if they can get over that hump of Texas, because that's like a good team, that's a hot team right now, I think they're going to be doing great because Dalton Connect, and I want to get into a point. I'll just get into the point right now, Alex, and I know you'll disagree with this, but I would argue that this is the reason that I could see Tennessee making it really far in this tournament. Believe it or not, what a switch up, right? After all these months of me saying, oh, they'll be eliminated in the Elite Eight, whatever, I could see them making it really far because I feel like that Rick Barnes, his job is a little bit on the line. I really believe it. And the reason is because I know that Tennessee, right? Tennessee is a sports school. You guys take your athletics seriously. People put the money in. People put the recruits in. They try hard. And if they want to be taken as serious school, it's time to fire Rick Barnes. It's time. If they do not make it far, if they get eliminated in the round of 32 to Texas, it's time to fire Rick Barnes.
We're producing in NBA players.
That's fine. You can produce. You can do anything in the regular season.
That's not the only thing that matters. Rick Barnes is a player's coach. He produces players. And winning a March Madness, would you rather be the number one seed, get all the hype, and all your players in the NFL succeeding, having a good life? It's ultimately about your players. It's really not about winning in the big time stages in March Madness. That's just for a little celebration parade at the end. What's really good is when your players go to the NFL, succeed, make a lot of money.
So are you saying you'd rather see better production of players than a March Madness championship in history of Tennessee? You never want to see them win as long as you could produce good NBA players.
Yeah, Dot Connect, Jonas Adu, Meshack, they all go in the NFL, have a successful season or a successful career. And yeah, Rick Barnes did his job.
Okay, well, I respect that. I was not expecting that take, but I respect it. But honestly, I bet you majority of the look who's here. I see a shadow. Who is that? What?
Your high and ceiling, they're pretty far apart from each other. Can you explain why you can see them going so low and so high?
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to explain a second ago. The reason that I see them going low is the Rick Barnes curse. This guy does not get it done in March. I'm sorry. You can complain. You can say, oh, he gets it done. There's excuses after excuses for Tennessee, but the reality is that Tennessee has not.
Calipari hasn't either.
The reality is that Tennessee has not finished the job in March. That's simple. Is there championships? No, under Rick Barnes, there's not. And all I'm saying is, okay, I know again, Alex already disagrees. If Tennessee wants to be taken like a serious sports school in basketball, it's time to fire Rick Barnes if you do not make it past the Elite Eight. That's all I'm saying. And
Tennessee
and to
Tennessee has
answer your question on why I see the ceiling so high and the floor so low is because if I believe if you can get over Texas, the sky's the limit. If Dalton Connect is in his full groove, if Rick Barnes is actually really coaching well and it is in his groove, this team is one of the most complete teams in all of basketball. I think everybody on paper, undisputably, Tennessee is one of the best teams in the whole tournament. The problem is that everybody knows, and there's a reason why not everybody has them predicted to go far, is because everybody knows Rick Barnes somehow does not win in March. So all I'm saying is I think he knows that his job is a little bit of danger if he doesn't make it far. So I think he's going to be coaching like he's never coached before in his career. I really believe that Tennessee will make it far in this tournament. And that's why. It's because he is coaching for his job. These players are playing to win, to make history, right?
John Calipari has a worse record.
Exactly. I'd say the same exact thing as John Calipari. If he does not make it past, if he gets eliminated first, second round, fire him. They're considered a basketball school. You guys aren't even. I mean, you guys are considered more of football. Am I right about that? Would you consider yourself more of a football school?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're considered a basketball school. That's their sport. Fire out the door. I don't care. Yeah, exactly. Fire Calipari if you do not make it far. And that's why the floor and the ceiling is so high for Tennessee. Is because, right? Because if you can get over that hump of Texas, I see you guys making it far. And I believe you get over the hump of Texas. I'll go ahead and say that. I believe Tennessee finds a way to beat Texas. And the reason is because in all of these years, Tennessee's always been missing that one player, right? You've had the good depth, you've had the good players, but there's never been that player that was just superstardom. Grant Williams was really good, right? But there's never been that player. And in my opinion, I agree with you, Alex. Dalton Connect is that superstar. So that's just my thoughts. That's why my floor and ceiling are so far apart.
Okay.
I mean, it's not even that bad of an argument.
Okay, well, you want to move on to the questions?
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to the questions now. Okay. All right. First question here, guys. Most underrated player in the whole entire tournament. I'm going to start and say Jalen House from New Mexico. This man can shoot the three ball really well, and he has been heating up as of late. Aiden, who's your most underrated player?
My most underrated player has got to be one of my Tennessee Vols players. A lot of people focus on Dalton Connect, and when too much focus is on one player, you kind of forget about this other player, and that player is Zakai Ziegler. He's just been a great player in the SEC tournament. Kind of the first half, he kind of started off slow, but he showed he can come back and he could score a lot. It wasn't enough, obviously, but he's able to play good. He's playing against his brother, so maybe there's a kind of confident boost there. He wants to beat his brother, or whatever, show who's the better brother. But really, beyond that, when they get past the next round, if they want to win, they gotta focus more on Dalton Connect, and that's going to be Zakai Ziegler that's going to step up.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think Dalton Connect because I think first Jordan Clark, the third, for Desnuke. I mean, he's pretty good. He is the all-10 second team, good defense, good offense. He's on SEC Sports Center top 10 3 times this year. And I saw a really, really good graphic the other day at school of Jimmy Clark. I showed y'all guys. I saw it online. It was really, really good. And I think he's going to be a really big underdog. Also, Dalton Connect. He is an underdog. He's been an underdog his entire life, working his way, proving people wrong. And he's also the underdog now because he should be the National Player of the Year, and he's not getting that recognition, and that he deserves. He needs to be recognized for what he deserves. So he's very underrated for that.
Okay, best player of the tournament. You guys kind of already said that a little bit. I'm going to go with Armando Bacot for me from North Carolina. I think that he is going to have a good tournament. Final ride for Bacot. It's either that or it's Dalton Connect, but I felt like that would be so basic to say Dalton Connect. And because I thought you guys were just going to say, oh, Dalton Connect. So I'm not going to say that. Okay, quick question, guys. We'll go quickly. Who is a team that you see getting upset in the first round? What's your big upset? I'll start off, and I'm going to say I see Kansas losing in the first round. Early exit for Kansas.
It's
Aiden.
not a first round exit, but I got UConn losing second round.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Wow. What? UConn losing second? Wow, that is bold.
I have Charleston beating Alabama in the first round.
Man, those are
I
bold.
also
Okay,
have Colgate over Baylor.
that's also very okay. Who's a team that you see making a very deep run in the tournament, kind of like the Cinderella team? Who do you see it?
Texas A&M.
Okay, Aiden,
Auburn.
Auburn. I'm gonna go with New Mexico. I'm gonna go with New Mexico. I actually see a path for New Mexico to go really far, and they're one of the hottest teams in all of college basketball right now. So I'm repping with the Lobos. Give me New Mexico. There's even some doubt that we're going to even make it in, but what do you know? We make it in. Here we are. All right, now let's talk about it. Final Four and championship predictions. I'll go off first. For my first Final Four matchup between the East and the West, I have UConn against North Carolina. For my second matchup in the Final Four between the South and the Midwest, I have Houston versus Tennessee in the Final Four. I have Tennessee making the Final Four. What a switch up for me, but I don't know. I just did it. Okay, let's go. Who do we want? Who wants to go next? Who's in your Final Four?
I guess I can go. Let me think. All right, so here's my Final Four. Pulling up the bracket now. Got it. All right. For the East and West, I have Auburn and Arizona. So don't laugh. And then for the South and Midwest, I have Duke and Texas.
I have Iowa State and St. Mary's, and Marquette and Creighton.
All right. Okay, championship, UConn and Houston. I have UConn winning it all. Who do you guys have winning it all?
I have Marquette over St. Mary's.
I have Auburn over Duke. And if you look at my community post, you can already know early that I'm going for Auburn. And I made a graphic on that. That was actually mine.
That was
And
actually a good graphic.
Thank you. I highlighted my hair blonde if you didn't notice.
That's right. You
And
got even like the new hair too.
yeah, so new hair, new me, new prediction cycle, new in the press box. We're here for it. It's all March Madness. I mean, it's probably not new. It's no, we're still.
Oh, Aiden, breaking news. Benjamin, if 16 seed beats a 1 seed, he has to paint his nails like Caleb Williams in the press box.
I'll legitimately do it. Okay. All right. Now can we move on to predictions?
Yeah. We can.
All right, predictions. Here we go. So there's our thoughts on I cannot believe some of those Auburn and then Marquette over St. Mary's. St. Mary's Cinderella run. My goodness. Okay, Mississippi State and Michigan State. Who do you guys have in this one? I got Michigan State.
Wait, what game is this?
Mississippi.
Go down in order.
It's an order.
No, it's not. The first one should be.
UConn versus Stetson.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me resend these.
No, not in that order. We go in the bracket order. Go to the ESPN app.
Okay, I'll just do that. That's fine.
Because it tells you who wins anyway, so Alex had to be easy.
It doesn't matter. Hold on. I'm just logging into the app.
All right. Well,
I did it in for the predictions on here. Originally, I did it in just like the TV broadcast, whatever. We'll just do it in this one.
UConn versus Stetson. I got UConn.
I have UConn.
UConn, that's very easy right there. Championship here. Okay. FAU and Northwestern. I got FAU.
I have Northwestern.
FAU.
San Diego State and UAB. Who do you guys have?
I have UAB.
I have San Diego State, and actually, fun fact, one of our friends, he picked UAB going all the way to championship and winning the championship solely because of their logo. That was Logan.
God. Okay. Aiden, do you want to wager that? I got San Diego State.
Well, you have San Diego State?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said you had UAB.
I got San Diego State.
No, just Logan.
Oh. Yeah, if you want to
wager?
wager that. We can wager that if you want.
All right, let's wager. How much you want to wager?
I'll wager do you want to put something in?
No,
Throw
no.
something in? What's a new prediction thing? I thought, is there much?
Oh, no. Technically, Giannis is a wager, but since it's March Madness, let's make it crazy.
All right. Like
I'll
you.
wager 5 points, Aiden.
I'll wager 5 points. And by the way, guys, this is a big seed. I mean, a big upset. We're not saying the seeds. San Diego State's 5 seed, UAB's 12, so that's why we're waiting.
All right, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. If y'all go into the negatives, you're suspended. You're suspended for a week.
So then what's... Okay. All right, that's fair. Auburn and Yale, who do you have?
Wait,
I got
can
Auburn.
I? Shoot, I was gonna say something and I forgot. Oh yeah, I was gonna explain how this works. So, on our bracket, it's up to 1,922 points or 20 points. That's a perfect bracket. We're not gonna get it. Realistically, we're gonna get anywhere from the 500 to the about 300 range, and we're gonna divide that score by 100. So, would be getting about 50, 30 points from this.
Mine's going to be pretty good.
Okay, all right, well, we can move on to the next one.
All right, Auburn and Yale, I got Auburn.
I'm going to yell at the TV if this doesn't work out for me, but I have Auburn winning.
I have Auburn.
BYU and Duquesne. I don't actually know how to pronounce that team. And I got Duquesne. I got Duquesne winning. Who do you guys have?
Dequest.
I have BYU.
I have Dequest.
Aiden, you want to wager that?
Sure, I'll wager 2 points.
Fair.
It's a little-
Duquesne. Where are they?
All
We
right.
also have to go quickly because my computer's at like 7%.
What Benjamin needs? Illinois versus Morehead State.
Illinois.
Illinois.
I have Morehead State.
What? Is that serious? That's really what you have?
Wager.
Yep, I got these
Wager that
upsets.
up.
this
Wager
weekend.
that up. Wager that. I'll wager 15 points with you right now.
Okay,
But 10 went to negative and he's suspended.
okay, I'll take it. 15 points.
This is a joke.
You're gonna be suspended, Aiden.
I'm not going to be suspended. It's
Be
going to be
quiet,
Benjamin.
Alex. Be quiet. What you know what our goal is on this podcast? Beat Aiden.
That won't happen.
Okay. Sure, buddy. Thank you so much. Okay.
If you
can
get
we-
suspended, I'll go all out for you.
my iPad's at 4%, so or my computer's at 4%. So let's go. Drake and Washington State. I got Drake. Who do you have?
I have Jersey Drake.
I have Drake as well.
Iowa State and the South Dakota State. I got Iowa State.
I have Iowa State.
North Carolina, Wagner, North Carolina, without a doubt.
I have Wagner losing.
North Carolina.
Mississippi State and Michigan State. I got the Spartans of Michigan State.
I have Michigan State.
I have Cowboys. Tigers. What is Mississippi State's?
The Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
St. Mary's and Grand Canyon. I've got Grand Canyon in this one.
All right, I have St. Mary's.
I have St. Mary's.
You guys want to wager?
No.
Okay.
Yes, I
Alabama
want
and
to
Charles.
wager.
You want to wager, Aiden? No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
but I
I'm not
think-
wagering too much with you. Alabama and Charleston. I got Alabama, and I know what Aiden's got already. We all know.
I have Charleston.
Woo.
I got Alabama, Arkansas. I'm just kidding. I got Charleston.
Is anybody
Wait,
want to
where's
wager?
Okay, Clemson and New Mexico. I got New Mexico. Yes, sir, Lobos. Let's go, guys.
I have the New Mexico Lobos.
I got a New Mexico low blows.
Yes. Yes. Everybody's got New. Okay, good. Baylor and Colgate. Baylor.
I have Baylor winning, and they'll beat New Mexico.
I have Benjamin's favorite toothpaste, Colgate.
Okay, do you want to wager that, Alex?
No.
That's crazy. Okay. Dayton and Nevada. I got Nevada.
I have Nevada.
Nevada, same thing.
Okay, Arizona and Long Beach State. Shout out Long Beach State, but I got Arizona.
I have Arizona.
Arizona over Nico's hometown.
Houston against Longwood now in the South region. I got Houston.
I have Houston.
Pause. I got Houston.
Nebraska against Texas A&M. I got the Huskers of Nebraska.
My battery's dying too.
I have Nebraska.
I got Texas A&M. They're the only team. Nebraska's the only team to never win a March Madness game, Power 5 conference. They've never won a tournament game before.
I actually did not know that. What a stat right there. Wisconsin and James Madison. I got James Madison. I'm
I
upset.
have Wisconsin.
I have the Dukes.
All right. Duke and Vermont. Duke.
I have Duke.
Vermont.
Ooh, I want to wager that.
No.
Please. Okay. Texas A&M and NC State. Or Texas Tech and NC State. I got Texas Tech and NC State's magical run ends.
I have NC State.
I also have NC State.
Kentucky and Oakland. I got Kentucky.
I don't have the Oakland Patriots, so I have Kentucky.
That's really random, their mascot. I got Kentucky.
No, it's like Oakland.
Marquette and Western Kentucky. I have Marquette.
All right. I know Sam may be mad, but I have Marquette.
I have Marquette.
Florida and Boise State / Colorado. I don't know if we just said that, but I got Florida.
I have Florida.
Florida.
Purdue against Grambling State. Ooh, Grambling State must have won in overtime then. I got Purdue, though.
And I got my 4. I'm 3 for 3 right now in the first 4 games that I had Grambling, but I have Purdue winning.
Okay, Utah State and TCU. Utah State. Alex, say both of them.
I have Purdue and TCU. But I think the Grambling game is what's gonna put the polish on Benjamin's finger. This is
bold prediction. Okay. What a disaster that would be for Purdue. Wow. Gonzaga and McNeese. I got Gonzaga, but really close. Upset alert.
I have TCU for the Utah State game, and I have McNeese beating Gonzaga.
I don't have a niece, but if I had a niece, I would call her Mick. McNeese going all the way.
Okay. Kansas and Samford. I got Samford over Kansas.
I have Samford over Kansas.
I have Kansas.
You got Samford too, Aiden?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oregon and South Carolina. Upset alert here, but I got South Carolina still.
I have Oregon.
I have South Carolina.
Creighton and Akron. I got Creighton. Blowout.
I have Creighton.
Creighton.
Texas and Colorado State. RIP Virginia, but I got Texas.
I have Texas.
I got Colorado State.
Texas is making it to the Final Four, Alex, and you got them losing the first round. What are you doing on that one? Because that's like...
wager.
Yeah. Wager, Alex. How much you wagering?
Good deal.
What did he say?
4 apiece.
No, 4, 2 apiece.
Oh, 4, 2 apiece. What is that?
Like I have 4.
2 apiece.
Oh.
He wants 2 apiece. Okay. And then the final pick of the episode, St. Peter's against Tennessee. I got the Vols.
I have Tennessee.
Tennessee.
All right. Thank you guys for watching this episode. My name is Benjamin. That's Aiden and Alex, because I don't really think we ever did the intro like that. Thank you guys for watching and bearing with us. Apologies for no episode last week. Thank you.
Yeah, all of our information is down below in the link tree. Sorry it was not in the last one. But all of our information, the new updated standings, they will be in there. Everything's going to be in there. So, thank you for that.
All right. Thank you. Goodbye.
Go Doors. NIT tournament. Go Doors.
Go Tigers.